secret. They called us Hoosier, but we were destined to question everything.
I don't know about you, but as for me, the question has already been answered. Should we be here? Yes.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hoosier Sophisticate here on WGNU 920 AM. It's Friday, baby.
Friday, it's our last Friday.
Final Friday.
Good Friday, so my way.
We got some big news, ladies and gentlemen.
Big announcement.
About 13 months into this thing, you guys have been faithful to us here on Friday nights. It's been a lovely time having some fun, building this community here in St. Louis, making
But
a
the
family
show is
here.
canceled.
We got
Show
the
is
best
done.
fans. We got the best fans in baseball.
We got some great fans. This is our final Friday with you guys. We're sorry. It's all over.
We let you down.
Yeah.
We let you guys down. I'm sorry. Okay.
No, they let us down.
You guys let us down. That's right. I was sugar.
The listeners would,
if you guys could
a little
write
more
an email.
a little more response or
Plot
something.
twist. We're moving to Mondays.
Hold on, I was going to do the thing with that.
Yeah, I wasn't done. Yeah, I wasn't done with the joke either.
Yeah.
I had so much
that
further
joke.
to go.
Me too. Everybody was putting sad faces.
He just lassoed.
I caved, man. I got a
You
big
can't
heart.
sit in that.
I can't sit in that. I like
Me and
people to
Steve
like us.
had a great back and forth going. You just
I know.
lassoed it in. You're like,
No,
no,
how you know how it feels. Seth.
Forget everything Craig said. The show's over. And unless you guys call in at 314-880-0808,
We're having a telethon?
that's the only way we're going to keep the show going on Monday nights from 7 to 9.
Telethon.
Yeah. If you guys call in, I'm going to put the number on the Facebook. Call in. Tell us why you love us. Plus, it's also Integrity's in the building.
Integrity in the building.
But Integrity's about to be out of the building permanently.
Get your stuff and get out of here, fella.
They kicked him out of here. They said, you're too good. We
clean
need
out
you
your desk,
elsewhere.
you're a loser.
And we're going to get to know Integrity a little bit later, I think. And it's really good. It's going to get intimate. It's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
He's in there laughing.
It's going to be a really good
Listen,
time.
it has been, this is long overdue. You know, we've let him talk on the microphone 3 times. Each
And it was-
time you and I
yeah.
just cowered into these
Mhm.
little miniature amoebas in
Mhm.
the room to this boisterous voice from
Chucky
the
the
heavens.
Dwarf.
See?
Mhm.
Right there. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's exactly what plays in my head when Integrity talks.
Mhm.
It's
Hey,
amazing. how
Say
that
something
works.
over this music, just anything. Or not, because the music's gone. There we go.
You bring it back up.
Anything.
We're going to get
Tell us what you had for
bogged down.
lunch.
We're going to get bogged down.
You on the air right now with Hoosier Sophisticate, Craig Kohler, Steve and Elgin.
God dang, man. Well, I thought that
That
was
should be
I
every
thought it was
week.
recorded. I know. I thought that was recorded.
And the face,
Live.
my headphones went out completely.
Oh, no way. You look so sad right now, and you should be. It was so good, dude. You can re-listen to it later.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to it later. And you can re-listen to it later on all major podcasting platforms. If you're not following along here on Facebook, subscribe to the podcast, Mycelial Media on YouTube. We're streaming over there as well.
Yeah, Lance and Tiffany are watching us over on the Mycelial Media YouTube
Already.
page.
What's up, guys?
Already.
Steve, can we talk about a little something that happened this week?
Yeah, we can. Sunquist getting a freak. He hit somebody, and now he's out of the lineup in a Stanley Cup playoff game. I know no one wants to hear me talk sports. They hear us talk sports enough, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually thinking about maybe a bigger story. that
I'm
happened
hung
this
up
week.
on it, okay?
You know, and that is the Blues got their first win, baby. You get
Oh,
to
that was
focus on the
awesome.
sunshine right
I
now.
know.
You don't have to stare at that rain cloud.
I thought you were going to talk about our cannabis news we got coming up because there's some
Big
like
cannabis news
huge,
that affects this area, this region.
huge. So I thought you were going with that. We'll tease everybody with
No,
that. a
I
little bit.
just I'll tell you, I talked about it on a little Facebook Live the other day, man. You know, it meant a lot that I got to see the first Stanley Cup victory with you, and I felt guilty. I don't know if I didn't tell you this, but like I felt guilty. I'm driving home, and I'm thinking, Mr. driving home, and I'm like, man, those are the moments I didn't take advantage of with my pop. And I was just thinking about how you were probably talking to George at the second that I was turning on to Gravel. You guys were just laughing and talking about how great the game was. And I got in my feelings about it. And I'm like, man, I shouldn't take that away from my buddy and his dad. George needs to come over and call the game with us.
We'll either get George over or we'll incorporate
go to him.
George. Yes, we're mobile. I don't know if we can get the old barn in the background. We'll bring the green screen, whatever. Georgie's got a lot of space. But no, I talked to George after each game. Papa Giorgio, shout out. And actually after that game, we texted a little bit after, but I tried calling him later, like you said, after you left. And he didn't answer. And I'm like, oh no. I always think the worst. Like old Georgie's like, the Blues did it. We're one game closer. And I'm like, no, Dad, you gotta hold on.
You gotta hold on for one more day.
Baby. He's strong. He's looking good, feeling good. So I got nothing to worry about.
No doubt.
No doubt. Jesus, why am I going? Where is this going? Where is this going?
I just thought it was. All I could think about was how my dad and I loved baseball. But we didn't have our bond was probably football. Yeah. And the Rams were fine, but I don't think my dad's heart was ever in the Rams like 40 or 50 years of St. Louis Blues would be in your dad's. Even my dad was like, oh, they'll win as soon as I die. Like they're gonna wait for that to happen.
Yeah.
When he was just always that pessimistic.
What games did you go to like as a youth?
Oh, SLU games, basketball.
Really?
My dad was a SLU season ticket holder, and like that was a really fun time too. Spoonball was going on.
Was that when we were grade school? Little
yeah.
bit?
So like it was like probably like 6th, 7th
grade school.
grade.
Yeah.
And it was, man, the Conference USA was real competitive. Bob Huggins was coaching Cincinnati. It was DePaul had a good squad. Like Marquette was really good.
Yeah.
And so the Conference USA tournament, like Bob Huggins sat next to us. We had sweet seats. Like
that dude seemed like
that's one of the things too, is like
Jackal.
The SLU basketball seats were the season tickets that the everyman could afford.
Yeah.
And it was great fundamental basketball watch. It was always a good time.
It was great fundamental.
I mean, really, like as a kid, like my dad, I'm playing for Resurrection, CYC, like the scrappiest bunch of Caucasians you've ever seen. Like we're running the weave, okay, and everybody's in step. It doesn't work. We don't have anybody that's going to the boards heavy. You
guys also
perimeter.
You listen to Bone though in your free time though, so you guys had a little bit of street
totally.
cred.
Totally. Yeah, like we were hard, but we just didn't have any vertical game whatsoever. So it's good watching a bunch of white kids at a Jesuit school, play like the Ukraine in an exhibition. Like I can relate to these players.
Yeah, that's good. You're racist. I get it.
I'm just a realist, not racist. I'm just a realist.
I know. No, I love that. We SLU always finds that like Greek guy too. Who they have last year? They always get a nice international player.
They've always
got that. Always. I love it. No, that's funny because that's where my dad, the love for the Blues came from. Like he had season tickets with his work, and if he wasn't entertaining some sort of guest, he was taking a buddy, and then I was getting a tag along. So it's usually me and 3 dudes, just my heroes, having a good time at a Blues game. And I remember in between periods, my dad would sit out there with his buddies and they'd just be yucking it up, and people would just be walking by the whole time. Like, George, I haven't seen that guy since high
Saturday
school.
night. Yeah.
I used to just soaking it up, man. So now that's what I love about it. And there is something that comes with being the fan of a team that, you're kind of the lovable loser, like you haven't necessarily been a threat to enough teams or been good enough to enough cities that you have a whole base of fans that just hate you for being good or destroying their city's hopes and dreams. Yeah. We've never been that. So it's really neat to see, I told you, I kind of feel weird because, God willing, if this happens, if the Voldemort thing that shall not be named happens, like what
do you have?
At the end of every year, it's always like I look at Jen and be like, we'll get him next year. And then you make some moves in the offseason and you're like, that's the move. Yeah. That puts us over the top. So now that all has a possibility of going away. I think as Blues fans, we're kind of like, whoa, okay. And we've never been on this ride.
Right.
Like, the Truman's broadcasting at the house, like seeing those people, Jenny's actually old neighbor. Funny story. We go up to Truman's for the game. Okay, Seth wasn't there, obviously. Never shows up to any of our live stuff unless he's cooking shrimp. Delicious shrimp.
It was pretty good shrimp.
Which is weird.
Yeah, great.
Everyone come up and they're like, hey, what's up with that Hoosier Sophisticate shrimp? Where can I get some of that? I'm like, I think it's a one-time deal. I don't know. I don't think it's like he's got packaging.
We're this radio show that just takes shrimp with us everywhere.
Seth is the new Gordon's fisherman.
Says working on a package with how many shrimp we talking about here? How many-
Truman sells food. I don't,
Yeah.
I don't think we can bring.
Yeah, shrimp.
I think they have shrimp. They
They'll
might
sell
shrimp.
Hoosier shrimp. So we're up at Truman's. The towel guy, after the first goal, which you haven't seen the footage of, is awesome. I rewatch it all the time.
I don't
Craig
know
and I
how
call
we
it the
didn't
first.
spill a drink.
The place is rocking, like
Whole building.
unbelievable. We're trying to get our wits together. An older gentleman stands up on the chair and he's
doing towel guy.
towel, and the look in our eyes when we notice there's a towel man, we're like, there's a towel guy there, and we turn the camera real fast. Fast forward a few hours. I'm feeling pretty good at this point.
Sure.
Okay, even though we didn't
Been a
pull it
long
out.
night.
We didn't pull it out at Truman's now.
No.
So Jenny, the towel guy comes up to me, and Jenny was kind of standing there too, and he's like, "Hey, were you guys recording? What was that? That was kind of crazy." And I was like, "Yeah, we were just recording." He's like, "Was I on video?"
No.
Yeah, he's like, "Was I on Facebook Live?" Thanks, Jen. Video, Facebook Live, really.
Yeah, as many
making
as
a
15
distinction there.
people saw you.
Yeah,
more people see you
I, for
right
one,
now as you're
appreciate
standing
it.
in this room.
So I don't know. I can't say the word. I don't think it's
You
part
should've
of the
told them.
anatomy.
No, dude, we weren't recording. We just carry around shrimp and microphones and
Beehole. Okay, that's the word.
You
Okay,
say-
except I didn't say B. Can I say the B-U-T-T? Can I spell it out? That whole sign.
you say butthole.
This is
Okay.
my favorite game.
Okay, okay. So,
Guess what you can't
so he
say?
comes up.
That's
I'm
our new
kind of
game.
Spell out what you can't say on the
I'm
radio.
leaning against the bar, just kind of like, I'm feeling all right. And he comes up, he's like, "Hey man, was I on Facebook Live?" And I got no time for the little guy. Am I right? Like, don't bother me right now. Show's over. And, and I go, "Yeah, you were on Facebook Live, but only your butthole." And he's like, "For real?" And I was like, "A part of it." And so he's like, "Oh," so we're kind of having a laugh. Jenny ends up knowing the guy. It's her neighbor. Yeah, and he's like, "I thought you looked familiar." So I'm like, "Oh man." So I'm
You're the
just
king of
sitting,
that.
I'm sitting in it. Yeah, she knew who it was.
If it
dude.
makes you feel better, though, before he caught up to you guys, he came over to the table and was like, "Hey, was that the skinny guy talking to you guys? Was that Peoria Plowboy?"
No,
And I was like, "Yeah, man, the one and only."
uh,
And he was like, "Oh yeah, I listen to this silly radio station."
Yeah, Jenny-
So I'm like, "Oh, Steve's good,
yeah,
totally."
yeah. Yeah,
Pumps that your husband is cucking his
I
wife.
know, right? A
Your
lot of guys
reputation
are. A lot of guys
Has
are.
preceded you, my friend.
This guy can get seated at a Red Lobster on most weekdays with little to no weight.
No doubt.
I mean,
And they'll give him all the cheddar biscuits he can handle.
high profile.
Cheddar biscuits.
They're the
Yes.
best.
Every
things I
once in a
do
while, you
for
can
cheddar
hear
biscuit.
Integrity laughing.
We got a couple comments on here. We love you, Integrity, from Miss. Kevin Mills says, "I wouldn't call in if you were my last two ex-boyfriends on earth."
Well, it's holding that true.
Papa George says, "BS suspension."
Yeah.
Matty
I agree.
Reeves.
I'm not even a hockey guy, Steven. Like I can look at a play, I can look at a ruling on a play and call out the absurdity of it.
Come on, man.
So you're in the Stanley Cup, right? You're in the Stanley Cup. You're going into game 3. You're giving a key player a suspension over the results of a play. Penalties should be determined based on intent, right? It's somebody breaking the rules. The exact same hit took place on Sammy Blais, and because he didn't grab his head immediately, Nordstrom doesn't get the exact same treatment. I mean, it was an identical play. It's a silly ruling based on it. Like it's the same thing. Like if a little bit of blood comes out of something, like it's automatically double. Like that's a results oriented penalty, and that is silly.
I never thought about that one until you said
it's
something.
outrageous, man. It's so easy to split a lip. You know?
Exactly.
And all of a sudden, a minor turns into a double minor. That's a huge swing for incidental contact.
You could smoke someone in the cheek, maybe not get blood, but you hit them like right here or
Slice
a
it
lip
open
or
on
in
a
tooth.
thin piece of skin.
I don't think.
Yeah, like blood is contingent on a few other things
Yeah.
other than just like force or
and I thought,
intent.
Right.
and I thought nosebleeds. How do they call nosebleeds? Like I had a couple buddies who got nosebleeds, like when they sneezed too hard. Like I'd be like, somebody hit me with a stick.
It might be
Maybe
anemia.
that guy was maybe he was
Well, he's dead.
tooting in the back
He's
before the
dead.
game. You know, maybe he had a little.
Yeah, no, he had
hey,
a
how you doing?
huge drug addiction, but sneeze,
Oh.
all sorts of stuff come out.
Dude, I had a friend in high school was doing cocaine on his desk, and pretending to be asleep because the teachers didn't care. I went to a bad kid school. You could sleep if you want to.
And he did
And
cocaine.
he just sit there with
you
his
can
head
sleep
down.
if you want to.
He's-
Hang on a minute. Time out a second. I have a friend that did cocaine. It was a bad kid school. You could sleep if you wanted to.
Is that what I just heard on the radio right
The
there?
sleeping was the bad thing, not the fact that you're doing rails off of your desk. In high school.
No, that's the thing. He
You
had
can
his,
do rails too.
he had the arms up, head down, like you couldn't see his face, and you could hear him go.
He was a
And I
ninja
was like,
snooter.
oh, I know what.
Hey, who didn't do snoots?
And
in
he
high
just
school?
friggin' he
Class.
looks up at the
Biology.
teacher's like, "Are you okay?" And he just smiling at him like, "You sure you're all right?" He's like, "Yeah." And he just had blood just coming, a big old blob that he didn't know about, just coming out of his face.
Well, that's a
Were
horrifying
you born
story.
in prison? And this is
oh
where
man, I
Hey,
gotta
hey,
start doing the podcast again because I got some stories.
excuse me, William, your head's down. If you could put your head up. He's just been doing PCP. Hey, William, are you on PCP again, sir? Yeah.
You've been doing
Get to
PCP.
Jumps out the window.
Go to detention. No, out the out the door.
I'm your god now. The world ends today.
Oh, that turned dark.
No, detention through the door, William. Through the door.
He runs through the wooden door, like
He's flying out.
busts the frame out.
William, get on the ground. Get on the ground, William.
The rent-a-cop's like, I get $10 an hour. I'm
Yeah.
not going anywhere near that
Yeah.
kid.
They got
He'll
video
piss on
footage
me.
of the rent-a-cop running as
The
far
other way.
as fast as he can to his car. Body cam footage is pretty sad. Here's the deal, Craig. I'm PO'd because you're taking a game away from a guy. This is what he's worked his whole life for.
Why
Like,
can't he serve it
don't
the following
take a game.
season?
but also, I think Sundqvist might be a little banged up because if you saw
So
him
he
on
gets
that,
a day off.
I think it gives him 3 days rest,
Right.
4 days rest,
Right.
whatever it may be. You know,
What about a
time-wise.
monetary punishment? Just
Yeah, I could see that too. But this gives us a chance. The Blues are deep. We're real deep and good.
We are the hockey town.
Oh, I like that. And so I think
freestyling in there.
this plays well for us. I mean, they lost a guy. I'm sure that guy's not playing. The guy got blown
He's on
up.
concussion protocol. isn't he?
Gretzky. I'm sure Gretzky's not playing. Gretzky. Spell your name right,
Selleck.
idiot. So I think that it's stupid because you're right. It's if you hit somebody in football and it was a great hit. Well, he broke his arm. You're suspended a game now.
Yeah, it's
like what?
really
I
strange.
just hit him. I didn't like the guy. He put himself in the worst. He didn't really want to take a hit, so he
was
tried to
skating
kind of
like
move.
Bambi going
What
into the
was
board.
that?
Like, and
I
then
don't
he
get
turned
it.
his head in the lane that he had already surrendered
I
to the
don't-
Blues
yes,
player.
yes.
I don't know anything about hockey and can see this plain as day through my. I think what probably screwed Sundqvist though, and they showed this on the national thing, was
The
like in
slow-mo.
slow motion.
I was just about to say
His eyes are deadlocked on this dude's eyes. Like, I'm gonna put your head into
And
the
he-
ocean.
He looks sad and angry.
Empty, just empty inside.
I'm
like
gonna
just
sew your
cold-
ass to your face.
just cold Eastern Bloc stare. Just
I would
going to
take out
kill
5
this guy.
orphans to get to you right now.
He was screaming Chernobyl. Chernobyl.
Chernobyl?
Yeah, it's a different.
Chernobyl.
It's right by Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
Get to Chernobyl. We're having fun here, but yeah, I don't know. I can't wait for the next game. I just love the ride we're having.
do you have a speculation on who's going to replace
Sanford,
Sundqvist?
I would think. Sanford will get another chance.
What's this guy that starts with a B? That's a big hitter that everyone's saying he hasn't skated in a while.
Oh, Nolan?
no.
Yeah. Jordan Nolan, or Jordan Nolan would come in, Sanford would come in, or Mackenzie
McEachern, that's who it was. I'm
That's a
sorry.
B.
They say well, whatever. It's all the same to me.
Mackenzie McEachern. Jordan Nolan can mix it up though too, and Jordan Nolan's played, I think, for the Kings and the Penguins. In the,
Got a little cup experience.
Yeah.
When's the last time he skated? I mean, when's the last time any of those guys skated?
No, they skate all the time. They're skating all the time.
At game speed is what I'm saying.
Not recently.
Months.
Yeah.
Has
Yeah.
Thorburn even suited up this year?
Thorburn, we got him at the end of the year. He's a clubhouse guy.
Got him back?
Got him. He's a clubhouse guy. We got him
Put him out
strictly
there.
for a
Put him
clubhouse
out
guy.
there. And
He
put-
literally hasn't skated free.
No, it doesn't matter.
I
All
don't
he's
know,
going to
a
do.
decade.
All he's going to do is he's just going to go out there immediately because of the Sundqvist ruling. He's just going to go out and ride Marshawn's face into the bottom of the boards. Yeah, just take his face and ride it along, drive it along.
Okay.
Well, maybe ride it too.
Well, I wanted to say a shout out to Pareko.
Oh, riding
Krug
fan of the
around the
show.
ice. Big fan of the show. Hey, Colton. No, but the way he took Krug and just kind of put him between his legs and rode him like a jockey, that was awesome, dude. I love that stuff. Oh, man.
we got a text from the real Corey G here.
What is it?
I told that guy to go talk to you guys, and Steve told him his b-hole was on Facebook Live. # can't take you anywhere.
Shout out to Corey G. Everybody for coming out. Call in 314-880-0808, or we will end the show.
Did you know that for this last year, Missouri Medical Cannabis Company has made this whole thing possible?
Really?
Yeah, they're one of them. MoMedCanco.com.
I love them.
You go there, you enter HOSO at checkout, you're going to get 15% off everything site-wide. They got a whole smattering of offerings.
They do.
Go on out there, pick you something out. Our fans have had nothing but amazing things to say, not just about the product, but about the customer service. Blake's been great to us, been a wealth of knowledge for the show, willing to come in and talk to people about and answer some cannabis questions. His clinic's going to be taking, check out Bell Chiropractic and Pain Management, starting June 5th. You can start, buddy. When's June 5th? That's next week.
I'm so fed up. Craig.
Wednesday, next Wednesday, it all starts at Bell Chiropractic and Pain Management and other recommending doctors. Your certification or your recommendation will be good for 30 days.
It's happening.
And the state of Missouri is going to be handing those out, I believe, starting July 5th. So go check them out. MoMedCanco.com, Bell Chiropractic, and Pain Management.
Oh my God, we got someone outside the studio. Lance says, what's up? And Joey P says, hey, you dirty Hoosiers. Jay and I are out back at the Hampton entrance with your candles. Oh, we got people showing up with candles at the studio, and I am feeling randy.
Dudes, I can still smell that cigarette. I took a drag of a
why'd you do that?
I don't know.
That was weird, man.
I took a drag. It was bad.
It was
didn't
weird.
even inhale.
It was weird to see you do it.
I almost did.
All the cool kids inhale. I can
haven't
tell
had
you
a
don't smoke.
in well
No,
over
but you
3
can still be
years.
president, though, since you didn't inhale.
One
I was born outside this country.
of the greatest
I'm
stories
born
ever
in Illinois.
came from I was a CBC kid, but hung out with a bunch of St. Mary's idiots just because I wanted to feel superiority over them.
You should feel how it feels to move away from an all-boy Catholic school, go to a big school that mattered, and then come back and see them all talking about the same thing.
And you're like, and then you're superior.
Then you're big time. And you're big time.
That's the only thing I missed out on. But this one kid,
Ever want to leave a building full of Catholic schoolboys?
this kid from St. Mary's, he goes, man, so they were asking him how his weekend was or whatever. And he's like, dude, I smoked like 16 cigarettes. And I was like, I got to meet this guy. That's the crazy. He thought that was like,
That was the
a
wild
weekend.
wild child.
Yeah, dude. I mean, everyone at St. Mary's obviously laughed at him because they were
Smoking at age
weed,
10.
yeah, in class and stuff. Like, it was a good time.
It was a great time. Guys, you want to jump to a quick break? On the other side, we got some killer cannabis news for you.
Killer cannabis? Cannabis finally killed somebody?
Hundreds.
Oh no, it finally happened.
It
I know.
finally happened.
Guys, 314-880-0808. I will shut this entire program down if we do not get one phone call tonight, just to let everybody know. So if you enjoy this, someone's going to have to bite the bullet and call in and talk to me.
Dude, there was a guy that was on this station for like a couple of weeks, and I can make fun of him now because he's not here anymore.
The Z-Man!
Not the Z-Man, but this guy, nobody would
He's
call in.
listening to our show.
Nobody would call in, so he had his sister call in and pretend not to know her, and he was being all like rude and mean. to her.
No, he was
Like,
not.
oh, and I guess she didn't know ahead of time that she's like, "What's your problem?" It was funny.
And then
Like,
she
it was really sad.
It was
Almost like the time
You're right, it
Steve
was
called
funny.
into this show.
Keep talking. Keep
Oh,
talking.
you're right. That was fantastic, guys. What are you doing here, Steve?
No,
Well,
there's other sponsors who help take care of us.
Oh, well, James Carlton makes the first hour possible. CarltonInsurance.net. There's been all kinds of there's been all kinds
Go ahead and
of
make a phone call
storms
if you
going
need.
here lately. And the storms may have done damage to your house. It might make sense to make an insurance claim. Hopefully the tornadoes missed you completely. But I guarantee you, if any of James Carlton's people were affected by the storms, his agents, his adjusters were on the case right out the gate.
They were. I think we got a caller on the line. Do we have a caller? Integrity, do we have a caller?
Hello?
Yeah. Hi, who's this?
Hey, this is Seth's sister.
Oh, hey, Seth's sister. Seth, what's your sister's name?
Andrea.
Andrea, how are you?
I'm doing good. I like you guys' show. You guys are really funny and cool.
Hey, what's your kids' names?
They're,
Junior. Oh, this.
It was me. It was
I get it.
It was me.
Are you kidding me? Oh, man.
Guys, it was me.
We got catfished by Steve.
Good
Pulling
job,
over on me
Integrity.
there,
We got
Steve.
him. We got him.
Got him.
Let's go to break.
Man.
Let's go to break. I'm having a lot of fun on the other side. We've got some amazing cannabis news, guys. We're going to cover it.
Why is that the first thing?
Because it's a total snooch party up in
Name a
here.
cat that.
I knew exactly what he was. It's been a snooch fest. It's been a snooch fest as long as we could tell.
I'm hung up on it.
Guys, this is Hoosier Sophisticate on WGNU 920 AM. If you thought this was weird, stick around for a little bit more. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Hey, girl, where you want to go?
I don't care, I just love you.
Are you hungry? Do you want to get something to eat?
I don't care, I'm kinda hungry.
Well, what sounds good?
Anything sounds good, you pick.
How about some Mexican?
No, I had that for lunch yesterday.
How about we get some Italian food?
Ew.
Okay, now you're not saying anything. You're just
I
giving
just
me a
want
look.
something delicious.
What does that even mean?
I want to sit outside.
Applebee's?
Applebee's
No,
is
Applebee's.
gross. I'm not
Applebee's is
eating
good.
Applebee's.
I don't know why you're always
Applebee's fries
hating on
are
Applebee's.
disgusting.
Applebee's is one of
They're
my favorite car
gross.
places to go ever.
I'm not eating Applebee's.
I want to go to Truman. Let's go to Truman. Sula, go to Truman. I want to go to Truman. And Sula, take me to Truman. We agree on Truman. I love Truman. Sula, I love Truman. Sula, Truman. Truman, Truman's and Soulard, a place we can all agree upon.
Spiders are found on nearly every continent on the earth. Bugs and arachnids, and insects and other little critters are vital to the Earth's homeostasis, keeping our planet in balance and making all of our lives better. They are vital, beautiful little creatures. Unless you come in my house, and then I'm calling Rose Extermination.
Rose Extermination!
You can get an insurance quote anywhere. What people are really looking for is someone to help manage the risk of everyday life. And that's exactly what James Carlton State Farm does. He's also dangerously handsome.
He has the dreamiest eyes.
James Carlton has the best customer service in the game. You'll never get a voicemail, and you'll always get a great back rub.
He has the softest hands.
A strong sense of community is important to who he is as an agent. From local school sponsorships to sandbagging during floods, it's paramount to be a part of the community.
We love the cut of his jib.
guys, call 314-961-4800. Find them online at carltoninsurance.net.
He was our dad.
Hey there, Krager.
Well, hey, Steve.
How you doing, buddy?
Man, I've been pretty good.
Well, that's good. Hey, you heard anything about them newfangled hemp oils they got now?
I just don't know where to find a good one.
Well, I find the best full spectrum hemp oil from MomedCanco.com.
Where?
I get it from MomedCanco.com.
Is it expensive?
It don't cost 2 kittens whiskers. And if you enter HOSO in the promo box, you're going to get yourself 15% off.
Buddy, it sounds like we're squatting tall cotton.
Darn right we are.
Where can I find them?
You can find them online, MomedCanco.com, Missouri Medical Cannabis Company.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah.
Lifetime.
Yeah.
It lasts a lifetime.
Come on.
It lasts a lifetime.
And just go Google it.
I'm gonna let those shingles down, girl, for you. I'm gonna let those shingles down, boy, for you. I'm gonna do some siding, get you excited. James Hardy siding.
Google it.
Roof up for a lifetime. You know I make your neighbors cry. Boo. Cause we tell all the leaks go by. And you know we all do the side.
Guys, Lifetime Roofing. They're the best roofers in the game. Best customer service. LifetimeSTL.com. Google them.
Hey there, sophisticated Hoosiers. Have you been to our website? Visit HoosierSophisticate.com and listen to our uncensored podcast. Share some laughs with us. Send us fan mail so we can feel warm and special. Buy our merchandise so that we can eat. Wear your Hoosier Sophisticate t-shirt at social gatherings and let the women approach you. Wear it around the office and get that big promotion instead of Ted. That's right. Screw Ted. Ted sucks. That's HoosierSophisticate.com. WGNU, the talk of St. Louis. Broadcasting on 920 AM and 106.9 FM.
No need for the bride to feel tragic. The rest is push-button magic. So whether you bake or broil or stew, the Frigidaire kitchen does it all for you. My cake is ready.
Toads have been found which do secrete DMT-like compounds. There are many chemical compounds in nature which are psychoactive, but a much narrower spectrum of these compounds are truly what we call psychedelic or mind manifesting.
Let's take a trip, St. Louis, with Hoosier Sophisticate Radio, presented by Mycelio Media. Now we're throwing it back to Stephen Elgin and Craig Kohler. Now water your brain and watch it grow, 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 grow.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hoosier Sophisticate here on WGNU 920 AM. Man, I love that ringtone.
It's a good one. It's got many components to it.
So what you're going to see Steve holding up to the camera there are the
Can of chewing tobacco.
Lovely Hoosier Sophisticate proper gentleman candles. They're a lovely blend of tobacco, sandalwood, and vanilla.
And sadness.
A little bit of sadness and a lot of the national playing in it. What we're going to do, ladies and germs, is we are going to give one of these awesome candles made by Jackie Pollock over at Abducted by Fire. Go check it out. She's making some amazing products. She makes some, help me out, guys, some massage oils, some Some sexy
And
oil, if you will.
We'll be busting that out this weekend.
Buddy,
Kid-free weekend.
There it is.
Integrity, settle down. Okay. We're talking about
You know-
intimate moments between me and my wife. Okay. Jesus Lord. But yeah, crank that back up. Oh, okay, girl. Get over here. Sit on my lap.
We have a caller on the line.
Finally, a real one.
Caller on the line. Let's jump to the what are we going to call them? How about the Truman's Place in Soulard phone line?
Okay, good. I like that. There you go. Throw a little
Who we got? What's up, caller?
Who's the caller?
Dr. Jones.
Oh, Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones.
What's going on this lovely Friday night?
I just got out of some cannabis meetings this evening.
Cannabis
really?
meetings this evening.
What's going on?
We were hanging out with a vet tonight and getting some ideas on programs to do to help our vets out with the medical cannabis industry.
Our veterinarians need access to cannabis. I've said it a million times, and I'll say it again.
I was having to educate about 422 tonight.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Project 422 has been, Steve, I think that was when you decided you were in, right? Like you were all in after that conference. You were already on board.
Yeah.
But you came back a changed man after that conference.
Oh, it was the most impactful weekend of, I think, me and my wife's lives. For real. Like, as far as, everybody's like, oh, getting married and having kids. And obviously those are huge things, but this was like a total choice that we made. Everything else wasn't.
Like you saved yourself. Like, they were huge.
I was just watching Jen just smoke starting to billow.
Do you want to come sit on my lap while we talk to Tiffany? Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones, we're going to give you one of these amazing candles. Now, we've got to warn you that if you light this, it will bring every virile male within a 3-mile
or
radius.
Female. It don't matter.
Look out, Adam.
I know. No, Adam you're going to have to keep him hydrated. Probably get him a little IV bag because it's going to be nonstop with the guy.
I think he's got a bad back too, or something's wrong with him. So this might get him right.
Get him right. Shout out to Adam. Thanks for being a good sport. Tiffany, you want to leave us with some words of some wisdom?
We have
here?
a doctor on the line. Like, drop some knowledge on us. We have doctors who listen to this show. Okay, everyone listening to this show right now.
We're going to be reducing the opioid crisis in Missouri with this medical cannabis. So thanks to everybody that voted for it, and I'm looking forward to seeing people improve their health and their quality of life, and not be in fear about consuming cannabis.
It's huge. I can't wait.
Weed every day.
Thank you, Integrity. Perfect time for that. Was that you, Dr. Jones, that said that? Or was that a drop we played on the radio?
Yes.
You're good. Can you leave us with a little Beastie Boys?
Oh, now here's a little story I got to tell about 3 bad brothers you know so well. It started way back in history with that Craig, Stephen, and Seth.
I love it. Integrity. Woo! That's a caller. I hope everyone has been listening to this, because this is what a call's supposed to sound like, everybody. Okay. Thank you for calling in, Dr. Jones.
Yeah, you rounded out. We've been on the air for 13 months. You are the 5th caller. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Yeah, you're in good company.
Get your candle.
We got a candle for you. I'll get it to you real soon.
We'll leave it out on Hampton if it's gone.
just
Sorry
pick it up.
about you. It's on Hampton Avenue. What do you expect? Ooh, all right. We'll have to. We should get some of these in the place in Maplewood.
No doubt.
Sell some candles there.
Yeah, for sure. We can do that. And then would love to have a business meeting with you guys as well.
Let's do it right now. What?
Wednesdays or Fridays are great.
Hey, we love you. We love you, Dr. Jones. We can't thank you enough. Having you be a part of this group is unbelievably amazing to us. Like, your willingness to get a little weird with us and to be fearless. We love your posts on the page, and we can't thank you enough for everything you're doing.
Thanks for creating space for it, you guys. I look forward to hanging with you soon.
Cotillion, baby.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you, Tiffany. Thanks.
Take care. Good night.
Well, that's fun. That's
Caller,
fun.
like, it just throws us out of our cadence.
All right. Well, guess what? I'm gonna need another caller, or I'm gonna shut this entire thing down.
That wasn't enough.
That wasn't enough.
What are we
I mean,
giving
she
away?
was great. What do we got here? We can give away.
I got a 7/8 drink water bottle.
We
can
got
give
a
away.
fridge full of soda in there.
Yeah, we give away all kind of soda pops.
Craig and I
three
will.
different kinds of Coke to choose from.
Craig, Seth, and I will continue to spit in that cup till the end of the show. and then we'll sell that cup.
It's got to be worth something to somebody.
Oh God, yeah.
This
Jesse
this is
Hickman
how we're
will
going to weed out the
drink
weirds.
it.
Guys, we had some crazy cannabis news.
Yes.
Some really big cannabis news. I'm going to save the bigger story for last. But today, a pretty cool little deal happened. On Wednesday, Colorado Governor Jared Polis signed a bill legalizing and regulating public cannabis consumption.
Bring it, baby.
So they've been fighting for legalized public and social use since 2013. Their latest and most expansive attempt, House Bill 1230, finally broke through the Colorado legislature this year. And they're establishing regulations for retail shops to set up consumption lounges. The bill also clears the air for mobile and temporary licenses, which advocates say will help spark more creativity, innovation, and they hope equity in the cannabis industry. The new law doesn't take effect until the beginning of next year, but municipal governments can still pass resolutions to opt in ahead of time if they wish. As with dispensaries and retail shops, Colorado towns can also opt out and ban public and social consumption license. Kind of a big deal. I mean, It's a big deal in the sense that obviously the taboo has kind of been lifted from cannabis use in Colorado, Colorado being a major pioneer in the movement. But even there, in 2013, we're here 6 years later, they're just now figuring out where people can go and consume this that isn't their home.
Greg, I try not to get fired up about it because, I mean, we're in the movement, baby. You know what I mean? We're a part of it. But when you're in it so close, sometimes it can feel like it's moving at a snail's pace. But I think sometimes when you're more invested in it than us, like, because we kind of, we got our toes in there, but we're not filling out licensing applications and getting loans in order. And these people some of them are putting their lives on the line, their livelihoods, they're changing everything to chase this dream. And some people are just getting in it because they see, like a monetary, outcome. Businessmen are like, well, yeah, this stuff sells. We do know that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Whenever I hear news like this, sometimes I, and digging in, we got some other big cannabis news coming up. A lot of this news is like, duh. You know what I mean? Like, well, it took this long to say we could be out of our, home, and like, you can't have a bar where people smoke.
Yeah.
And instead of drink, like, okay, I could see them saying either we do alcohol or cannabis. You know what I mean? Like one or the other. Maybe I say maybe no mixing them, whatever. But even still, like, we're adults. Like, God, we can't have the ability to make these choices ourselves. It's recreationally legal. I mean, leading into our next story, the state right next to us.
Yeah. Big deal, man.
Sounds like that's going to be going full wreck. So, I mean, that's insane.
Made it through. Let's see, the Illinois Senate passed the other day. Through the House passed it the other day. The Illinois Senate passed today. The governor was already on board. It was a big campaigning point. What's that? I'm sorry.
Charger.
No.
We're gonna lose you.
It was a big campaigning point. So I don't imagine. I imagine that now that the bill goes across his desk, it'll be rec in Illinois in the matter of no time, which affects St. Louis, which affects any neighboring river town to Illinois tremendously.
Rivertown. Yeah, man, I'll be filtering in the nuggets there on the Mississippi River, sir. Mr. Beauregard is going to take over the river game, sir. Me and my paddle boats shall take over the cannabis trade on the mighty Mississippi, sir. Thank you, Governor. Governor, have you signed the bill yet? Yes, I'm a debutante.
He's going to. I'm interested. I've never been to a legal state. Famously, I mean legal medical. Just haven't made the trip.
Why haven't you done that, Craig? Why are you doing that to yourself? Like, do it to yourself.
But now it's not that hard, and I wonder, as a customer, I can just, as long as I consume it in Illinois, like, how does that work? There's no public consumption space, but I could technically be a patron of a dispensary that was for adult use.
Yeah, where are you supposed to do it?
That's a great question.
It says no home grow in that bill from our buddy Lance. Medical patients only will still be able to home grow
in the Illinois bill. Thank you, Lance. That's
good, Lance. But yeah, I say open it up. Come on, let us grow it. Let us do whatever we got to do. I know we're worried about the mites and dust and stuff, but won't the market just figure that out ourselves? Like, won't there be able to testing kits to see who's got the best and the everyone will be like, okay, these guys are growing the best. Like,
oh, there's certainly there's certainly market
just,
checks.
you
But
know,
again, that's
I'm
never gonna
happy, but
happen.
I'm also frustrated.
Can't wait till there's contests at the county fair.
No,
they're going around that purple device.
instead of grabbing instead of who can grow the biggest pumpkin. Well, I mean that's still going on, but now they got a whole little cannabis cup inside of the county fair.
They'll take a giant nug in one of those slingshots.
My papa grew this weed.
Pumpkin tossing, whatever they do with those big.
With the sling, one that remember when the one came back and hit the gal in the face? That was a watermelon.
It's the greatest. Oh, with that watermelon, pumpkin chunkin.
Yeah, pumpkin chunkin. They use like trebuchets.
Yeah, pumpkin chunkin. Pumpkin chunkin.
It just sounds like it'd be an urban dictionary term.
What are some weird things you guys have done with pumpkins?
Oh, actually, me and my friend when we were kids.
I can't believe this got a response.
Probably in my car.
Me and my friend when we were kids, we'd stand up. There's this hill, like this street that was like practically straight up. Like it was a pretty steep hill, and if you're driving at night, you got just what's in front of your headlights. This is a real little residential area, not a lot of illumination, just a few street lights. So you're driving up this hill, you can't see what's like coming at you at the top of this hill, right, Craig?
Right.
So we would steal pumpkins around Halloween time and just like bowl them down at cars as they'd be driving up the hill.
Oh my goodness,
and
dude!
Just, boom! And you just hear them like, "You damn kids!" And like,
you were a bad little kid, Seth.
Oh, we were terrible. We had a game where you'd run down the street and you'd try to smash as many streetlights with rocks as you could.
Wow!
And you guys didn't do stuff like that?
No, man. Vandalism is whack.
It is. You're right. Now it is. When I was a kid, we were vandal. We had nothing to do in the town we lived in. I grew up about 90 minutes north of here.
In a town do you think now you're from small town Illinois? You think that town's going to be hip to the legal cannabis in Illinois?
It's hip to the illegal cannabis. So
I'm
also
asking
hip to
the actual
I'm recreational meth.
I'm asking. Do you think the actual the city itself, like the government, will be on board? Is it too conservative a town to be on?
I think the revenue is enough for people. I mean, yeah. It's a town. It's 30,000 people right outside of Springfield, Illinois.
Okay,
it's not
30,000.
Yeah, it's pretty conservative.
Yeah, 30,000 is not that small. That's a decent sized little town.
Yeah, 30,000 is not that small.
Yeah,
it's good.
We'd smash your pumpkins.
It's not as like
your streetlights.
It's not as big as 40.
The bill allows Illinois adults age 21 and older to possess up to 30 grams of cannabis. Those using cannabis for medical purposes would be allowed to grow at home, but rec users still banned from growing. The bill also includes expungement provisions for those arrested for marijuana possession prior to decriminalization. People convicted for possession of under 30 grams prior to legalization, as long as those convictions were not associated with a violent crime, would have their records referred to the state's prisoner review board and then to Governor Pritzker's for a pardon. If the governor grants the pardon, the Illinois Attorney General would then seek expungement. Those convicted for between 30 to 500 grams would have the option of petitioning for expungement